But festivals, you say, yeah, I'm going to go to End of the Road in September 2026. Right?
I mean, that's the other thing I guess that I've learned from talking to people who are promoting festivals is just the fascinating timelines of booking artists. Because obviously you have the negotiations happen at certain points where you're booking them in, but often it can be years, these conversations. Sometimes some bookings are like years in the making. And that must be it strikes me as an amazing job, just saying what would be an amazing lineup of artists for this day. But there's so many wheels spinning out there to get it right and to get the people you want.
And one of my favorite bits was that putting the lineup in an order and imagining what the journey might be for somebody. And I think a lot of festival promoters and bookers, that's what they really love. But yeah, when you're getting to scale, and by scale it'd be 15,000 capos, so you're getting into a cycle where a year ahead now or more, it's all moved, and those days are long gone. You're a year out, so there's strange games that people have to, and it kind of makes sense in some ways, but also not. And it's strange games that these poor bookers have to play. But sometimes you have a band on your wish list, and you just, you've asked about it a number of times, and then the agent will be like, they're going to be around, we can make it happen. What an agent normally says is, we need a bit more money. It's always that way. So, the whole booking thing has changed. By the end of November, everybody had if you didn't have your headliners out, right? And some people had their full lineup out. Bloodstock, Kendall Calling had their full lineup out by the end of November. And the second wave of tickets. The tickets used to be on sale all the time. Those days are gone. You have these waves of tickets now. And basically, if you weren't at that point at the end of November, then you were going to struggle in 2025.
I mean, the early bird ticket's fascinating too, because again, I feel like that's a relatively recent, well, not necessarily recent they're being offered, but recent in the importance of them and the sheer percentage of sales that are done through early bird tickets, and how, like you say, it's not just, it's a real, can we do this next year? This will tell us if we can or not, I guess.
Yeah, and it's been, I have to say, like one of the most positive trends. We actually did a survey of members recently, like a couple of weeks ago, saying how many of your tickets do you sell at early birds? And how many do you sell at the second wave in sort of headliners and lineup? And those numbers are all going up for people. So, at the worst examples, they were selling 10% at early birds, but you've got people selling out on early birds, and you've got people in the 60-70% of tickets, and that trend is there. All those numbers are going up for a festival. Is brilliant, and it says a lot of things. It says that when people are there, they've had a great time. Suddenly, a month later, put a deposit down, they want to go. And I like, how few things in life do you commit to with a year early?